Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this noble platform, and may God bless you for your continued support in growing this platform. Kaka, I don't know if I am a prophet or it's just my conscience that leads me to speak things that will come to happen, or the things I said which are still happening. I can now confirm that the entire Azmio doesn't recognize William Samoei Ruto as the duly elected president of the Republic of Kenya. I want to argue my case. Raila Odinga has severally said in the two rallies we have conducted, he has announced in public, him, Martha Karwani Kalonzo Musyoka, and even Jeremiah Kioni from Jubilee, they have categorically made it in public that they do not recognize William Ruto as the president of the Republic of Kenya. Away from that, there's something I am going to explain to you in this video, and the next video I am going to upload. The former president of the Republic of... Okay, let me call him the president. I don't even want to call him the former president. The president of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, visited the family of the late, the former Education Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha. There's something I'm learning from this visit, and that is what I'm going to use in arguing my two cases, this video and the next video I will separately upload. Uhuru Kenyatta was let me not call him Uhuru Kenyatta. President Uhuru Kenyatta was with all his entire cabinet in Professor Magoha's home. The entire cabinet. I have listened to all the speeches, but today I want to single out one person. In my next video, I'm going to analyze President Uhuru Kenyatta's speech. But in this particular video, I want to specifically address the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Fred Matiangi's speech, about a 4-minute speech. I carefully listened to him, and I can attest that the Kenya Kwanza government is in danger. That is for a fact. And I want to say this, that there is something that is happening behind the curtains that William Ruto is not aware and will never be aware of it. But then, time will tell, and my revelation will come to vindicate me. Now, Matiangi today, this is the first time Matiangi is appearing at the public forum since they were humiliated out of power. This is the first time Matiangi is speaking. And you know, Matiangi's speech today raises a number of questions in this sense. In his speech, Matiangi was eulogizing and remembering the life of Professor Magoha. And this is what he said before I give you his video. He started by saying that all the noises you see around which do not benefit anyone. I asked myself several questions. Which noises are these, and from who? You and me know the current noises in Kenya is only from the Kenya Kwanza government. Matiangi, being an Azimio believer, when he talks about the noise, he is categorically referring to the noise from the Kenya Kwanza leaders, the two leaders of Kenya Kwanza, Zakayo mtosha ushuru, na kuna huyo mwingine ndugu yake ambaye wanasaidiana na yeye. So you know we have a new name. Tumetoka kwa nabii, sasa tuko kwa Zakayo mtoza ushuru. Alisema the noises you are seeing, of course the noises from Kenya Kwanza, do not benefit anyone. Matiangi proceeded to say and said, together with our president and the cabinet secretaries. What did Matiangi mean by this statement? He didn't say former president. He didn't say former cabinet secretaries. Matiangi was very categorical. Together with our president, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. Together with our president. So in real sense, Matiangi is not yet acknowledging that William Ruto is the president. He says, he said there are students that were benefiting school fees from Magoha. And Matiangi said, together with our president and the cabinet secretaries, we will sit and see. There are questions I've asked myself and I've not gotten the answer, but I will get the answer during the burial day. Will William Ruto attend this funeral? It's a tough question to any person who cares to chew beyond the reality. Why am I saying this? In today's eulogy, one, Matiangi refers Kenya Kwanza as noisemakers whose noises don't benefit anyone. Number two, Matiangi is recognizing the president, Uhuru Kenyatta, as the current president. Because in his speech, he never used the word former, he used the president, meaning he is referring Uhuru Kenyatta as the current president. I love this man. I'm beginning to love this man. Right? Now then, they have said in unison, the cabinet secretaries in the Jubilee government with the president Uhuru Kenyatta, they have agreed that they will accord Professor Magoha a state burial. Now, this confirms that President Uhuru Kenyatta with his entire cabinet have taken over the funeral to bury their colleague. When they say they will accord, you know, why I like these men, one, they are moneyed guys. Ni watu wako na pesa kivyao. They can fund themselves as, in fact, they can fund everything as government does. That is why they are not shaken. That is why you can't tell them anything. So they said, we'll use our resources to give Magoha a state burial. We will not depend about the noises. That's what they were telling Ruto. We will not depend on the noises funding. But we'll give Magoha a state funeral, a state burial. Our president with our cabinets. Not President Ruto. Uhuru Kenyatta together with his entire cabinet. What does this message mean to the Azimio fraternity and the people out there who I'm speaking to? I want to interpret this message from a political perspective. One of the political perspective is, one, Uhuru Kenyatta with his entire government, with his entire Jubilee government, still have never recognized William Ruto as the president. They have never, I don't know if they will. The second thing I'm getting from this story is these guys, the reality remains, from what I've learned, between Raila, Uhuru and the entire cabinet, there is something that is cooking. Uhuru is an African leader. It's not a Kenyan leader as we speak. Is an African icon. He must have widely consulted from other leaders in other countries. And whatever they are planning going forward, I want to speak on this platform. I don't know what they're planning, but I want to speculate. Whatever they are planning going forward, from the speeches I've listened, it will be messier with casualties. Get this from me. Going forward, these people don't depend on any funding. If they do, then I don't know. But it's evident today that these guys are ready to run their parallel government. They're ready. The speeches tells it all. They are much ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave you with Matiangi's speech today and get to listen to it keenly. See you in the next video.
I hope that somebody somewhere in this environment, in the context of all these things that happen and the cacophony, the noises that we hear every day, many of them unhelpful to anybody, will think about how we can immortalize Professor Magoha's contribution to our society. Either one university will create a chair and name it after Professor Magoha, or a scholarship program and name it after Professor Magoha, or name a research program after Professor Magoha. And actually, if people were to be very honest and sincere, like the universities, and do something like that, a lot of us ordinary citizens of this country who admired his life and had an opportunity to work with him will make our small sacrifices and contribute to that, because that is the greatness of our society. Magoha exhibited the best of Kenya, not the worst of Kenya, the best of our country. And I believe when I see some of the things I see somewhere, someplace these days, I believe Kenya is better than this. And I think about great people like Professor Magoha. And let all of us go forth and do whatever we can. There's only one request I have, and I was asked to make on behalf of my cabinet colleagues. Mama, I'm told there are 1 or 2 kids that Professor Magoha was supporting for school fees. Michael. My cabinet colleagues, those of us who served with Magoha in cabinet, under the leadership of our president, we will make a contribution, because the president told me to talk to my colleagues in cabinet to see whether there's anything he can help us to do to support 1 or 2 of those kids that Magoha was supporting. Let none of them be stranded on account of our brother's departure. Our president is keen on this. He has invested a lot on this. He will help us and guide us to try and help some of those kids so that they are not stuck. And we will work together the way we have worked together, quietly with my brothers and sisters, ex-PSS, so that we also honor our colleague, because I think it's a morally right thing to do. It's the honest thing to do, and even in the face of God, it's the just and sensible thing to do at this time. We wish you all the best. All my colleagues who are not here, some of whom have traveled, have sent their messages of condolences. They're here. Michael, you know we are in very deep conversation with you on things that we need to do, some we don't need to say here. And I want to assure you, we will work with you. We'll do the best we can. No one, let's not pretend, no one will fit in Magoha's shoes. Let's not pretend. No one will fit in Magoha's shoes. We can only do the best we can, the way God will help us, or whatever God will help us to do, just to alleviate momentary pain and help you move to the next day as we all continue walking the journey of this life. May the Lord shine his face upon you. May the Lord hold you with his mighty right hand. May the Lord bless you indeed. And Michael, there's nothing more challenging than to walk in the footsteps of a towering father. May the Lord bless you, so that as you sustain that name and that generation, God will raise you up to keep to that particular legacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Waziri Matiangi. At this moment, I would like to invite former Vice President, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, to also give his tribute.
My good friend, Father Mugunda. It's good to see you.